Welcome to Hunting Vintage with Dusk. I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching my videos. I do appreciate it. Welcome back for another unboxing. What I have here in front of me is what I'm going to do for my next video. If you guys want to vote on which box of packs of cards I should open up, I got a repack wax, a baseball. There's 21 packs left in there. I got 1987 Donruss. There's been 3 or 4 packs that's been out of here. The Bo Jackson has been pulled, so unfortunately we may not see a Bo Jackson if we do open this up. And we have this classic wax repack, which is basically packs originating from 1970s through the 80s and 90s. So you have a box that you want me to open up for my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below telling me which one you want me to open up, and I'll look at it and figure out whatever one gets the most votes. So I'll open that one up for the next video. But for today, we're going to go through a purchase that I won off of HiBid. It was $125. Box is about 80% full, and per the description and the auction, it said 1950s through the 1970s, and there was about a half dozen cards or so in the hard cases, some 56s, and so on. Let's continue to rip in. Let's see what we find in this box of goodness. Hopefully there's some Hall of Famers. We will start with the, appears to be late 70s here. Alright, so these are 79s. We're starting off with a 1979 Victory Leaders Hall of Fame of Gaylord Perry. Jim Rice, another Hall of Famer. So we're getting some duplicates in here. I am thinking about starting a 79 set, as I have about an 800 to 1,000 count box. Joe Rudy showing up. Bill Plummer. The 1970 glasses of Paul Splitteroff. Frank Duffy. Steve Kemp. So, a couple Hall of Famers, but on leader cards, not individual cards. Some team cards there. The smiling face of Vic Carell. Don Kessinger. So, does not appear to be all that much. Steve Garvey. There should be somebody to look at for the Hall of Fame. Star player, but not a Hall of Famer. Steve Yeager. Joe Niekro. Not, Phil's brother. Another Joe. Okay, 1975. What do we got here? I might have some 75 minis over here. Big old stack of them. So, Bobby Valentine, decent star player. Ed Sprague, Bill Russell. Jerry Royce. Some World Series card. Raleigh, Jackson. More Raleigh. Looking at it, don't see anybody here on the rookie card. We got a Fergie leader, Fergie Jenkins, a few of those. Jim Hunter, Lou Brock leader card. Brewers, Indian team cards, Cubs, Rangers, Expos, floating heads of the White Sox. That's kind of interesting. I didn't realize they brought back the floating heads for the White Sox, but all the other ones are actual team photos. I guess they couldn't get together with the White Sox players. More team cards. Yankees, Cubs, Twins, Red Sox. So far, a bunch of commons. All it takes is, 2-3 cards to really hit. Stack of minis, about, 20? Yeah, Tug McGraw. Joe Niekro. I really would like a 53 Roy Campanella. 67 Yastrzemski. And So that Orlando Cepeda, Johnny Bench, Bob Gibson, team cards. So these are in sleeves, so maybe there's somebody a little bit better. Bucky Dent, Bobby Bonds, Dusty Baker, Dick Allen, Hall of Famer, star players of those guys. Larry Boa, Craig Nettles, Vida Pinson, Goosage, Mickey Lolich, Frank Tanana the Banana, Louis Tiant, Ted Simmons, Dwight Evans, and a couple Burt Blylevens. Doing a little bit better. Somebody tried to get some money for these cards. Somebody sold this at a flea market and decided just to bulk it up and just to get rid of the box. Alright, so we got 77, 78, Willie Randolph. I think that's his second year, second or third year card. Craig Nettles, Steve Yeager, Bill Maddock, Manny Mota, Burnt Campaneris, Tug, Sparky, Tony Perez, Larry Boa again, Don Money, Burnt Campaneris, Bobby Bonds, Willie Randolph, Ron Guidry, Bucky Dent, another Bucky Dent. Oh, 1980 Lou Whitaker, pretty rough shape. 1980 Bucky Dent. So here we got some 74s. John Ellis, Pat Kelly, Burt Campbell. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. If you're enjoying the video so far. Sorry I haven't really pulled, I pulled some stars, but I haven't pulled any big hitters. But then again, Gates Brown, you can't, Joe Necro, can't be too harsh on it. It is what it is from an estate sale. But tell me what box you want me to open up of the unopened packs for my next video. We'll sure to get that uploaded. Ken Sanders. And, just let me know. Also, I got done doing my fantasy football draft. I ended up like the 6th overall pick. Took Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round. Second round came back with Chase Brown. Third round, Tyreek Hill. Most of the receivers were gone of that tier caliber. And then I ended up getting Alvin Kamara in the 4th round. And in the 5th round, I picked up Kevin Walker the 3rd. And my league is allowing us to start all 4 of those running backs. I'm talking about a lot of pass catching backs back there. Hopefully I can pull back a win this year. Seeing as how last year I had Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, and Josh Jacobs. Problem is that my quarterback was Jordan Love, who really didn't do anything to win me any games last year. Steve Klein, not sure why that's in a sleeve. Yeah, so it looks like this stuff's been pretty much picked over. Alright, still in 74. Tug McGraw. So, if you did your fantasy football draft, which player did you get that you really wanted? In what round? Who was the steal of your draft? Unfortunately, every time I was looking at picking up somebody that was going to be a steal, got drafted right before me. So, I didn't get any. I guess if you consider Robinson from San Francisco and Braylon Allen from the Jets, if they get rid of Breece Hall. But then again, those guys are there more for trade bait than anything. Not like I really needed them. So, yeah, let me know how you guys did on your draft. Alright. These are Hector Lopez, 56. Looks in really nice condition there. It's got a print dot there, but his corners look pretty sharp. No ink on the back. Alright, so I'm going to try to avoid looking at the rest of these hard sleeve ones because they look like they're maybe some money players. Not the early print. National League for San Diego. Early is the early print. Alright. Moving back in time, these look like these are 72s. Bunch of 72s and sleeves. 507. These high numbers, 486, 484, 484. No, it doesn't appear to be any high numbers. Tito Fuentes, Tom Hall, some rookies. All we're really looking for that is Fisk, I think is the best one of the rookies. Richie Schildenbaum, Norm Miller, Tom Coolin, Al Downing, Bob Robertson, Tito again, California Angels. They're about halfway through the box. A couple dollars here and there. You know, if I bulk lot some of these, like all these 72s, I can probably get $20, $30 for. If I took the time. Burnt Campaneris, there we go. An earlier version. Thinking my Bill Buckner, a few videos back, somebody was talking about Burnt Campaneris, and it's like one of his favorite players, a bunch of Bobby Valentines. Jim Fergosi, another Bill Buckner. Burt Campaneris again. Rick Weiss. Rico giving his best Yastrzemski impersonation, another Bobby Valentine. Team card, Bob Miller. So again, if any of these are high numbers or if I missed anybody, let me know. Alright, some more 72s. Claude Ostin, a bunch of inactions. Ike Brown. Yeah, you bid on these in the hopes that you pull somebody like the last big box that I got for $100 that had all the Fisk rookies, 3 Dwight Evans, the Charlie Huffs, the 2 or 3 Burt Blyleven rookie cards in it. And sometimes you knock it out of the park, and sometimes you get a bunch of commons. But that's the fun of it. I'd rather spend $100 on a box like this in the hopes that I get something than spend $100 on a Tom Seaver all crinkled. A new box of cards that is all shiny. I don't really care for shiny cards. But if you guys are into shiny cards, let me know. I was at a card show over the weekend. I probably could have got a 3,000 count, 4,000 count box full of cards that had a bunch of patches and autographs for $150, $200. But I just don't know enough to really take that gamble. But if you're interested in me showing newer cards, let me know. I'll maybe take that into consideration if I get enough people saying they're interested in them. More 72s. Cleon Jones. Bud Harrelson. Steve Braun. I still think the 72 set is my favorite set from the 70s. The 56 set is my favorite from the 50s. Now, as far as the 60s, that's where things are interesting. A lot of people like the 67s. I am working on a 67 set. I just don't know. I don't know if I'd call it my favorite set. A lot of people like it because it's really clean. I think 64s look nice. 65. I'm not a fan of, 68, 69s are just the same reprinted pictures. Rob Gardner. Yeah, as far as the 1960s goes, my favorite set would probably have to be Bud Harrelson's The Last 72, no, 1971. You got Willie Horton. Yeah, as far as the 60s go, probably 64. I don't like the 61 set because a lot of the players look like they're 10 years older than what they are in real life. Sandy Vance. Yeah, if you have a favorite set of the 50s, 60s, and 70s, comment below. Tell me what you like. Add it in with your, which box of cards you want me to open up next. I got 1970. Joe Gibbon. Felix Millan. Tell me which sets you like. Almost done. Got about the last 100 cards or so, plus the big stack of sleeves to look through. Leo DeRocher. Whitey Herzog. 64. Frank Bowling. Ooh. Really nice clean checklist. Come on, give me a Dick Allen. SO1 that I'm really dicking in. SO1 rookie that I'm looking for. Vita Pinson, Bob Rogers and Spoda. Oh, we got some post here. Post serial. Jerry Lynch, Jim Landis, Ed Casco, Early Win. Unfortunately, all chewed up. Hall of Fame. Gene Stevens. Back to 64. Chico, another Vita. Oh, you dirty dog. I thought that for a brief moment. I saw the Dodgers in the face. I thought that was a Koufax for a minute. So I'd love to get me hands on a 58 Koufax. Chuck Schilling, Rocky Calavito, Larry Brown, Scipio, another Vita 70, Vita Pinson, it's all crinkled. Ooh, Richie Allen, a little crease there. Another Vita, another Felix Runk. All right, this is where we may make your money back, or we just break about even when it's all said and done. Dave Hillman, Alex Kellner. These 59s look to be in decent shape. Trying to see if that 24. No, it's written on the plastic. That 24. 1960. Barry Latman. So 64 or 1960 maybe. Ferrillo. Deron Johnson, 1960. Kendall, Deron Johnson again. Gene Woodling, 63. Another 63, 64, Al Luplo. And 1960, Al Dark. And some of these ones in the hard plastics are in really, really decent shape. $1 to $2 $1 to $5 a card of these 1960s. But I got a plethora of minor stars, couple Hall of Famers, Richie Allen. But again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. Tell me which box you want me to open up between the 21 packs of repack wax. The 87 Donruss, unfortunately, the Bo Jackson was pulled out because I sent it off to a streamer as an advertisement, essentially. And then the 36 packs of classic repack wax from the 80s and 90s and maybe something from the 70s. As always, thanks for watching and happy hunting.